Hi, I'm Tula Masterman. I'm an AI agent solutions architect here at MeshAgent, and today I'm going to be walking you through Powerboards. Powerboards is an AI native collaboration-focused application built entirely on the MeshAgent platform. The great thing about Powerboards is you don't need to deploy any agents yourself to get started with agents. So let's dive in. Powerboards is included with your MeshAgent account, but if you don't already have an account yet, you can go ahead and go to powerboards.com and then click on Sign In. This will prompt you to either sign in or to sign up with a new account. If you're creating an account for the first time, you'll be prompted to first create a project. Projects are just ways to organize different rooms. You can see here that I'm inside of the Powerboards project and I have a couple of different rooms. Once you create your project, you'll be prompted to then create a room. In this case, since I already have a project, I'm just going to click on the New Room button here, and then I'll give it a new name. I'll just call it My New Room. And then from there, my new room is going to get generated. And the first thing that I'm going to do is add an agent to it. So now I'll just click on the Install an Agent button, and you'll see here that a variety of different default agents come up. There's an assistant agent, a developer agent, a voice agent, and a transcription agent. I can install any or all of these, and I also have the ability to install custom agents. For now, I'm going to go ahead and install the default assistant agent, and I can see that this agent has a few different permissions, so it can use different tools in the room. It's also able to communicate with other users who are in the room and things like that. So let's go ahead and click on install. From here, we'll go ahead and close out of this tab. And right now we can see that I'm currently talking to the assistant, and I'm able to send the messages directly. So I can just say, hello, how are you? And the assistant will come back with a response. There's also a few other interesting features about the assistant. So you can see here, if I click on the plus button, I can add different tools to the agent. Each of these tools will operate per turn, so I'm able to turn them on and off throughout the conversation. So for example, I can turn on the web search tool, and this will enable the agent to access the internet. I could also maybe upload a file. Let's say that I go ahead and give it one of these receipts from the airport. I can ask it for then information about the receipt. Tell me about this document. Awesome, so we can see that the agent has information about the receipt now, and if I click on the files section of the room, we'll also see that the airport receipt has now been uploaded to the files. I'm also able to create different folders inside this files section, or I can click on this upload files section, and that will allow me to, again, open something from my computer so I can upload files directly into the room. This is super helpful for giving the agents context that we want to collaborate on with both the agents and our team members. So if we want to add other people to our room, we can just go ahead and click on the room here. We'll click on permissions, and then this will allow us to invite other people into our room. So I'll click on the add user button here, and then you can either invite people by email, and if you are an admin on the project, that will allow you to add them to your project and allows them to be invited into your room. Or if they're already inside of your project, like you can see these folks here, I can just go ahead and click on one of them. In this case, I'll go ahead and invite Jesse. And for now, I'll make him a room owner. Making him an owner gives him the ability to also install agents, and I'll just go ahead and click on save. Great, so now Jesse and I both have access to this room, and we'll also both be able to interact with the agent here. And so now that I've added a teammate to the room, I can also just mention them directly, or I can tag the assistant, and the assistant's also able to infer based on the conversation whether or not it should respond. In this case, I might ask the assistant specifically to tell me more about agents. And you can see it comes back here and tells me some more information about them. If I wanted to ask Jesse about the agents, I could also just send a message to him directly. And I'm also able to turn on or off the assistant in the replies. So if you just want to have a conversation with your team and not include the agent, you can easily do that. Now, if I wanted to add other agents into the room, I can just go back into this dropdown here, and we'll click on Manage Agents. And this will take us back to the screen we originally saw, and then we have the option to install these additional agents. So if we want to add an agent that can write and run code, we can go ahead and install the developer agent. This is really helpful because it's able to take advantage of the sandbox in the room and provide for more safe code execution. We're also able to install the voice agent. This is really helpful because different people on your team can all talk to the same voice agent in breakout rooms inside of the same room. And then we're also able to install the transcription agent. So this is great because Powerboards also allows you to have live meetings with your team. If you were to click on this meet button, this would actually start a live meeting session, and then it would allow you to record the meeting using the transcription agent. One thing I also want to highlight is from this files section, you can see that we have an agents folders. And if I click in there, now you can see that there's folders for the other agents I've installed. I'm going to go ahead and click on the assistant one for now. And in this assistant folder, we have our rules text file. This rules text file allows you to specify the instructions that the agent should operate from. So if I wanted to tell it to always respond with a fun fact, and then I can just go ahead and save that rule and then ask it for a follow-up on agents. I needed to turn the assistant back on. Let me say, tell me something else about them. Now it's going to go ahead and tell me more about agents. And it will also include a fun fact. If I delete that, and then maybe I say reply in Spanish, include a fun fact about history in your reply. You can see that it's going to follow these instructions as well. So now it's giving me information back in Spanish. And again, it includes the fun fact that we've requested. So the rules text file are just a simple way for your entire team to manage the agent rules together. You might find that there's different use cases where maybe you're working on marketing content together and you want to make sure that the agent is always responding in your brand voice. You can specify all of these types of things inside of the room, and it doesn't require you to deploy any specific agents. You can just take advantage of the default assistant as it is. And so you can see Jesse actually also reached out to the agent and he asked how things are going, and the agent responded, and it continued to follow the rules to reply in Spanish and also include a fun fact about history in your reply. Now, if I wanted to message Jesse directly, I could just say something like, Jesse, have you heard about these fun facts before? And the agent would know not to respond and that only Jesse should respond to this. So that brings us to the end of our introduction to Powerboards video. Definitely sign up today at powerboards.com if you don't already have an account. And if you've already signed up with MeshAgent, you can start using Powerboards today to deploy your own custom agents and invite them into your room and easily share them with your team members. Definitely let us know what your thoughts are. We can't wait to hear from you.